Hey everyone, hope your day is going well. We are back with another reaction. We're going to check out Only Love Can Break Your Heart by Neil Young. And this is the third song on After the Gold Rush. I've checked out the first two songs. This is the third song. We're going to keep going until the album is done, song by song. I love these kinds of explorations. And man, I just saw Neil Young was in Belgium, which is where I live. I keep missing out on potentially some of the last concerts people do because I saw like last week or something. John Fogerty was here, and I've just been getting into Credence and reading his book and stuff. Like, like missing out by that much, right? I see it after the fact. All right, let's jump in.
When you were young and on your own, how did it feel to be alone? I was always thinking of games that I was playing, trying to make the best of my time, but only love can break your heart. Try to be sure right from the start. Yes, only love can break your heart. What if your world should fall apart? I have a friend I've never seen. He hides his head inside a dream. Someone should call him and see if he can come out. Try to lose the down that he's found, but only love can break your heart. Try to be sure right from the start. Yes, only love can break your heart. What if your world should fall apart? I have a friend I've never seen. He hides his head inside a dream. Yes, only love can break your heart. 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 Yes, only love can break.
Wow. I like the multiple vocal tracks. Is it only Neil Young singing on this? Because I did notice when I was going through the personnel listing of the entire album, I saw Steven Stills for the vocals, but I'm not sure on which song he's coming in. Maybe that will be clear when I go through the album. But I really like the different registers I could hear singing. With the headphones, it's just a different experience. Like the other day, I was just there was a video of me on, because my daughter like had it on, and it just on the TV, it didn't hit the same at all. I said, "Whoa, I'm here. I'm not hearing the same thing." Or when I go listen to a song in the car that I've reacted to, my system isn't that good. It doesn't hit the same as with the headphones. Some of the instruments or vocal tracks, Um, yeah, really, really great song. The syncing up of the strums, you know, the like hard down strums on the acoustic with the piano notes. Ding 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 ding. Like that's an instant that is like so simple, but it's instantly recognizable. And also the chorus, the delivery and the cadence follows that. Only love can break your heart. For some reason that sounded familiar. Did somebody cover this, or like a famous cover or something? Because for some reason, dun, 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 that sounds familiar. Or maybe it's just one of those melodies, you know, that is so well constructed. You know, sometimes when you hear it, it's like, oh yeah, where has this been all my life? You know, it's something. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Yeah, really great. You know, Neil Young's, you know, his piercing voice is just, it cuts right through the music and the soul and the heart. And only love will do that, right? As well. He's really correct about that. And in the beginning, I said, oh, this is more straightforward in terms of writing than the previous two songs. But then he comes up with this line, I have a friend I've never seen. Okay, what is that? I like that kind of stuff. I have a friend I've never seen. He hides his head inside of a dream. So, you know, somebody should call him and see if he could come out, you know, bring him back into this world. Love can do that, can make yourself turn inward, right? And, or escape and some other things. Look, I got a lot of books here behind me, you know. I love reading, but, you know, there's a reason why I just keep going and going and going. There's a little bit of escapism there, or coping mechanism, you know, just when you want to run away from reality, right? We all want to do that sometimes. I think books are a pretty healthy way. I've done it in other unhealthy ways, which I've talked about previously on the channel, right? But I like the opening line. When you were young and on your own, how did it feel to be alone? And at first I was like, before love, right? Before we ever experience, you know, like romantic love, let's say, and before you ever get your first heartbreak, I was kind of okay, right? Uh, and then, you know, you meet a girl and it all falls apart. But then when the song continues, like, no, this is not probably what it is. It could be already feeling lonely when you're young. And that is another thing I can relate to. Thinking of, and then he goes on, I was thinking about the games I was playing. And then the multiple vocal tracks come in. It's almost like having an imaginary friend. A second voice comes in, or even more voices come in, because you talk to yourself when you're alone, and you play games. You try to make the best of your time. That's what I then felt, you know, as then started to shift my interpretation, or what I thought, like, oh my God, this is poignant. This is powerful. And it's, yeah, it's even love that breaks your heart when you're little, even before you ever come across romantic love. Man, that is, yeah. And then later on, it can happen again, you know? And then you hide yourself inside of a dream, right? You want to shield yourself from reality, or bring up some walls. And then somebody has to come around and, you know, kind of earn your trust and take you out of it. Incredible. You know, even sometimes when his writing, you know, like after the Gold Rush, a lot of abstract in the song itself, lines, and you really can sit down. And then he throws like one line at you, like, ooh, okay, now you got me thinking, my man. Now you got me thinking. I love that. He comes up with these interesting ways of phrasing things, which is truly inspiring. I love it. Yeah, good stuff. All right. On to the next one. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. Hope to see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.